This is the sequel to the subprime mortgage blues. Hank Paulson. Stop bailing out your bankers with our tax money. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Last year I dropped the subprime blues. Now it's time for an update and there's plenty of news. You may have heard the first song, but now I'm back. No longer blue, I'm pissed off, so I made it a rap. When we last left our heroes, they were printing cash fast. The financial sector still flat on its ass. More financial gimmicks, they couldn't seem to stop. No matter what they did, house prices dropped. As foreclosures rose, some banks were done. That's what happens when you leverage up 30 to 1. With that strategy, bankers make money fast. When they lose, it's okay because it's not their cash. As banks failed, Paulson said, what have I done? If a big one goes down, it will not be fun. But I guess these banks have a lesson to learn. The first student of the lesson, the Great Bear Stearns. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Bailing out bankers is bad for our wealth. Hey, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Bailing out bankers is bad for our wealth. Of preventing a market crash, let me show you how the feds like to spend your cash. One morning Bear Stearns couldn't open up shop. Once the bleeding began, it could not be stopped. Bear was out of biz, Morgan moved in for the kill. The Fed said we'll back you up for $30 bill. Taxpayers don't mind, they know they're stuck. You know what, Bear Stearns? Here's an extra $8. The next domino to fall was the GSEs. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac both on their knees. Congress gave them a bazooka just weeks before. Paulson had to take them over or they closed their doors. This Fannie Freddie failure, no surprise to some. Whoever set them up was either crooked or dumb. Why did it take so long for them to come to an end? They gave buckets of cash to their political friends. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Bailing out bankers is bad for our wealth. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Bailing out bankers is bad for our wealth. Paulson said that does it. What else could there be? I got 3 letters for you, Hank. AIG. He told industry leaders you're on your own. The taxpayer's burden is overgrown. No more bailouts, you pay to play. You buy AIG, the banker said no way. Banker said let them fail, Paulson, you'll be back. You won't let them go down, we've seen how you act. It was once again proved this guy's a joker. Chalk it up as one more lost game of poker. Paulson saved AIG with a big fat loan. Once again, the taxpayer's burden had grown. Oh yeah, I forgot that Lehman failed. Dick Fuld was sure that he could make a sale. He tried to sell it last minute, but it wasn't enough. The only guy that ever lost, calling Paulson's bluff. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Bailing out bankers is bad for our wealth. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Bailing out bankers is bad for our wealth. Ironic as it is, perhaps it was bad luck. Lehman's failure led to money markets breaking a buck. Investors scurried for the exit, that's a flat out truth. The credit markets froze up and all hell broke loose. Now Paulson, Bernanke and their merry band are back in DC with hat in hand. Give me $700 billion, that would be best. You should know you're the one that got us into this mess. It happened years ago, let me state the fact. You made $500 million at Goldman Sachs. You helped invent these funky mortgages, it's plain to see. And since you joined the government, your gains were tax-free. You'll fix this crisis, you created this subprime slime. A pyromaniac fireman at the scene of the crime. Here's an idea, Henry Paulson, my man. Use your own dough to finance this cockeyed plan. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Bailing out bankers is bad for our wealth. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Bailing out bankers is bad for our wealth. If it's great for taxpayers, which you say is true, you and your pals invest the money, make the profit for you. Come on, Henry, it can be your last big score. Or is your money stashed somewhere safe offshore? A few years ago, before the banks collapsed, you used to say lift yourself by your own bootstrap. Now that you're begging for cash, the only thing to do is give that bootstrap advice right back to you. We are tired of this crap from Hank McCain or Obama. Now that Wall Street's on its ass, they come crying to mama. No grants, no cash, not even a loan. So banks, if you don't got no money, take your broke ass home. They may call you King Henry, but I see no crown. You pull this crap, we'll come to DC and burn it down. You scare these wimpy congressmen, but we ain't trembling. This is the US of A, it ain't the Soviet Kremlin. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better check yourself yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickity check yourself before you wreck yourself. Bailing out bankers is bad for a well, so check yourself.